Hey, I'm Robbie Kramer. You're listening to the Leverage Podcast, where we discuss using your social skills to hack dating, travel, finding your dream job, and becoming a complete man.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Right. So, Igor, what did you say to the married girl about?
No, first of all, you introduced me.
I already did.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is Igor.
Yes, this is Igor. This is Robbie's ex-girlfriend. Not the one who has to pay $200 a month.
200 grief.
Why so cheap? Medium one side. Please.
And I hope you all like my haircut. I see one of us there too.
Oh, we have a double ganger.
I'm not jealous. I share.
So, yeah, Igor's the he's the street hunting. I don't know.
Mentor.
The street hunting person of the year.
Not person of the decade.
Person of the century. Igor drives around in his convertible for multiple hours a day, just doing laps in the fucking heavy pedestrian traffic areas, just smiling at girls with his little dog as a prop, and then pulls the car over, harasses them, and
I don't harass them in the car. I get out of the car and then I harass them. Okay, I do it in a polite way.
And you do mostly like when after you do a shitload of approaches, you would develop what?
No, you develop immunity to being defeated.
Yeah, rejection proof, and you develop your ability to like think of witty, interesting openers and just ways to start conversation like on the fly.
Improvisation, it's called in English.
Not really. Sort of. I guess, yeah.
Impervious communication? Is that what he said?
Improvisation.
Improvisation, yeah.
That's actually the definition.
Oh, okay.
Discover things on the fly. That is
an improv teacher.
Yeah, fucking wrong.
So you approached what happened with the girl who said she was married?
I remember the premise, what I told her. It had to do with the amount of she said I'm married. I was like, oh, is this your first marriage? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, good. Then I'll take your Instagram. She says, why? I'm married. I was like, well, there's about 75% chance you'll get divorced quite soon. So I'll be there waiting for you.
Nice.
With a boyfriend, you could say there's like a 99.9% chance it's not going to work. So I'll be there waiting.
At some point in the near future, I'll be there on Instagram watching your stories, keeping track of you.
Fuck.
Then take the Instagrams and keep them in the pipeline. And if you do enough of them, then sooner or later they're gonna start breaking in any of their relationships, and they'll be ready. And you just keep reminding them that you exist, like not harassed, like once every 2 months, like some comment or something like that in the story, just persistently. And if you do it systematically, dividends will come.
Igor, don't you end up with like, because I've thought about doing that and I've done it, but it never succeeded because I end up with like a lot of Instagrams where I don't even remember the girls and I don't really know what to comment. And
What do you mean you don't remember the girls? You remember, I have thousands, I'm following like 1,000 people in my Instagram, and I remember each one of them and the case how I met them. And I remember the little background talk and blah, blah, blah. I keep track of where they travel, like blah, 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 blah. It's normal. And then they're really surprised when at some point we do meet them, and then, they're like, wow, you remember? It makes me very special. But I'm like, yeah, for sure. I remember that about every 1,000 of them.
Dude, so special.
Did you like a spreadsheet or something? Is that what you said?
No, he just remembers.
No.
He just remembers.
Yeah.
No, but it's a very good practice for your brain as well.
I would take well with Instagram, I don't know if you could do it, but usually if I meet a girl, especially if I'm drunk, like I'll take notes.
Yeah, don't do this when you're fucking drunk. You're teaching the wrong shit.
No, I'm talking about especially if I'm drunk and I meet a girl at night, I take very detailed notes because I know I'm going to forget.
Exactly.
And I wrote them in my phone and like under her contact. And then I'm not the idiot who like doesn't remember anything about the conversation.
Way too much work to do when you're drunk.
Well,
Also,
but the downside is like.
Okay, so listen to the upside. Forget this drinking bullshit. Go out in the fucking daytime when you're sober and do approaches and don't do nighttime. Yesterday was a prime example. So me and my friends are, I was dropping them off at some nightclub they wanted to go to. Of course, naturally I was invited. Naturally I told them to go fuck themselves because I'm not going to waste my time and health on something so dissatisfied and stupid. So to make my point, we're driving past the bar and I say, Jesus fucking Christ, look at this proportion. There's like 4 or 5 guys to every girl, and girls are not that good looking. The lighting is off, so they're even worse looking in daylight, right? And there was like 4 or 5 guys waiting to approach and talk to these fucking women. This is ridiculous. It's Ukraine, where there's so many hot girls, but yet there's like a fucking line of them waiting and competing against each other. Why? Because they have no courage, they have no fucking balls. In the day, when you see every blemish that the girl has, you see their bodies in swimsuits, but they have nothing to say to them because they're afraid of rejection and because they don't have any charisma or wit to approach these girls with. So during the day, those girls are just sitting there fucking laying bored. And at nighttime, part of the girls, they don't go out, they stay at home. Those are the good ones you want to approach. And then the fucking fatties, the shitty, the bad skin ones, the smelly ones, they all fucking come out at night. And you don't notice their blemishes because you're drunk and you're making notes of fucking fat, ugly chicks like Robbie taught you. So you remember them the next day.
Yep.
So
spot on.
Is Igor gonna be there when I'm there?
Of course.
Igor, is we were before you got on. We were also talking about like where to, because day game's so much slower. Like what advice do you have about like getting more volume of girls? Like where to find where most of the good-looking girls are? And
well, the good thing about this speed of a car is it moves faster than humans do. So that's why I use the vehicle.
That's better than a scooter for sure.
He was using a scooter.
Okay, but I don't know. I mean, we're in US. I mean, in US, I used to day game very long time ago. So I was, I don't know, 22 back then. So it was like 15 years ago. And the best spots to do it, I did it in the South, in Charleston, South Carolina, around college campuses. So that's where like the most high foot traffic areas are. And I didn't have a nice car back then, but my friend did. So I just paired up with him essentially. So
Yeah, I've been to Charleston. I've been at Charleston. You're all right. There's so many beautiful women out there. Even going to the bars down there, like just in the street itself. Like when I went, you just like you see like girls going to the beach, and like, yeah, I like to live there. It's pretty nice. The good side of Charleston, at least.
Except there's no beach in Charleston, I guess.
There's somewhat.
It's a river.
So that's a good idea, Nick. Like, like if you have a wing or just a buddy, they can drive while you get out, because a lot of these places, it's not like you can pull over and park immediately. By the time you do that, they're already away, but they can stop and you can get out of the car and chase them, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, if I was in your position, I would do some sort of a game with like a phone, do some sort of, I was going to suggest this to Robbie. I thought about this just a couple of days ago. So me and Robbie, obviously, I don't know if you guys follow, we've been on a road trip around Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Right, so we've been traveling to all the cities, blah, blah, blah. So now I just developed a cool little game that I'll suggest to Robbie we're going to play, and we're going to record this. So the concept of the game is we'll sit around in high traffic areas and me and Robbie will take a pick. Like, for example, you see a girl, and I'll be like, it's your turn. So I get to pick where I think the girl is from. And then we'll make the pick. And then with the video operator, I'll come up, approach the girl, and be like, hey, we have a little game going on. You're in Odessa on vacation. Where are you from? And then she'll say, and then it's either going to be correct or incorrect. But either way, it's a good conversation starter. And then, she's like, oh, why are you asking me this? So you're not approaching her, you're playing a little game. So you go, it's like, you're not actually hitting on her, but it's a great way to, obviously, we're not going to ask the fat ones where they come from. We don't give a shit, Or the ugly ones. No one fucking cares.
you could find out so that you avoid those places.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just such a shot in the dark. But it's going to be a fun way to interact with them, And it'll be a good conversation starter. Like, hey, we traveled around Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. So now I think we know everything.
We should have signs. Like, I'll have, like, all the cities written out on, like,
real
high.
high.
Like, he got it. Like,
that's a great idea because we'll take like 10 cities.
It's a true game.
Each time they approach, we have a city with the name of a city, and then they'll say where they're from. We'll open it, and we will be there, right or not right.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you guys gonna have a video camera to record?
We have Maria to operate the
fake girlfriend.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but that's just something I thought about. We haven't done it yet because I just thought about it a couple days ago that we need to like conclude this and create some content for our little Instagram channel, which would be kind of funny if we put it all together.
A good idea.
Yeah. And then we can have like a score, like like up to 10, and then either you win or I win.
Mm-hmm.
Igor, what is your experience with? Because I've heard of some guys when they're driving around when they're approaching in the US, they'll just drive on the road, see a girl, and then put on the hazard blink, where it like blinks all the 4 lights.
Yeah.
And then it'll just run out the car and stop the girl, be like, I just had to stop all this traffic just because of you. Like, you're so fucking stunning. I had to say, come say hi. Is that
I haven't hunted in US in ages, obviously.
No, I'm just saying, is it a bad idea to stop all of traffic with a hazard?
Why is it a bad idea? That's a reasonable, your car. Great idea.
You just pull on the sidewalk or something.
You can't pull on the sidewalk in the States. You can?
No, I mean, if you're
you could. You just I think you're better off actually putting it off on the sidewalk.
Max, can you please do that? Could you just put on either go on the sidewalk or put on the hazard blinks and then run on the street?
Oh, jeez.
That's your challenge. Come on.
It only works if you have like a fun setting, you have a fun car, and you have like some toys. It doesn't work if you do this in fucking Subaru or some shit like that. Okay?
You need the convertible with white interior, and also a little dog is very helpful.
No, I mean, it's like an overkill. It's like
a little dog just puts it over the top. I'm just losing every time. Like, is it a toy dog? Is it a faggot's dog? Like, what is it?
His dog? It's what is it? Boston
Terrier.
Boston
No.
Terrier.
It's not a little.
It looks exactly like him.
Hopefully a little more hair.
No.
Bald. That's the way to go. It's streamlined.
No, but either way, it's like, like all those things, you have to get good at day technique, because if you're good at day techniques, if you're good at day hunting, you don't need this fucking bullshit nighttime hunting. That's the message that you need to get across and get it through your head. And no matter, at first you'll get shut down, like, I don't know, probably 49 out of 50 times, unless to build up your confidence, you just start approaching the fatties. But okay, if it helps, then do it. But it's a matter of time before you break, before you break yourself and you start getting some yeses, okay? Because you're funny, it's unconventional, and most importantly, during the day, just statistically, your numbers statistically they're high, because the guys that aren't doing it, the ones that are, they're like fucking pickup artists, while you guys look like normal guys. that usually just walk by and they don't have the balls to do anything. So you don't look like pickups. You look like normal people, and that you genuinely like someone and capable of having normal relationships, unlike me and Robbie.
I would think someone who runs up on the street seems like a lot of like a pickup artist.
The what?
A guy.
Say that again.
A guy in the daytime who runs up to a girl on the street and hits on her. Doesn't he look more like a player than the guy in the club?
You can't.
No.
You can't like. I watched some videos on YouTube from fucking States, from all those like pickup with this cheesy pickup lines and shit. When you do that, of course, you come off as a pickup artist. And it depends on the culture you're in, whether it works or it doesn't work. But my approach and for example, my way I communicate, I never use pickup lines, nothing like that. I never say anything stupid and cheesy. I try to say something funny, and I don't use a set of standards. I notice something interesting, something appealing, or something like, for example, like I give you a little one. Like a girl is wearing a backpack, which is running across like that, right? So like I would approach her like, excuse me, I'm so sorry. She's like, yeah, what's wrong? I was like, I think your backpack is cutting off circulation in your breast, and I'm really worried. and then of course, naturally, if you play it up right, she's gonna fucking laugh so hard, and then you'll start, chit-chatting with her about this shit. But it's not like a conventional pickup line.
That's great. I'd be really curious to see the reactions in the U.S. from that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think they'll work 19 times out of 20, but I'm worried about that 20. It's like, fucking call the cops, me too shit.
No, she cannot call the cops. You're just a genuine citizen worried about circulation.
A really concerned citizen.
Yeah, concerned citizen.
I love it.
No, but seriously, you have to do something outside of ordinary, and this is normal. And if you have a right energy to it, no one's gonna take it offensively.
So what about the girl you hit on in the gas station? What was your opening line for her?
The 15-year-old?
Holy fuck.
What?
You hit on 15-year-olds.
Yeah. I take their Instagram and tell them that I will see how they grow, and I'll reach them out in a couple of years. Some of them, of course, they say, no, go away, you're fucking bald and all, okay, but some are open to it, so.
I just feel like in America, I don't know, I'd be so scared to say something like that. Like,
why?
Because you just need one person to report to your job, and then you're fired for, like, it's just, the culture here is just, like, very, like, I don't know.
Okay. So
very extreme. Very.
Yeah, you just
come up with. Okay, sorry. Come up with a funny way to do that. Like if she's young, you're like, oh shit, I didn't realize you were that young. And then some creative way to get her Instagram, because in a couple of years she's not going to be that young anymore. Just like, let's be friends on Instagram. Okay, great. And once you keep tabs on her. Like you have to fill your pipeline and keep it going, because you're not playing this like tomorrow game. You're in it for the long run. And as long as you can get the pipeline going from all these sources, then at some point it's going to convert.
I agree with that. Most of the time I don't approach it because of my own bullshit, and I'm not assessing risk appropriately. Like it's just emotional. But with this, I feel like if I press harder past the 15-year-old telling me that they're 15, if I try to get the contact info, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying that could easily be misinterpreted by someone else who's more conservative minded, and they would launch a witch hunt against me because I could see this 15-year-old telling their friend or telling their mom, and then they're hunting me down, getting my contact info, telling everyone that I work with who I am and what I do, and I have no job, no reputation in the community, kind of thing.
Okay, so when she says she's 15, then say, oh, sorry, you look a lot older. See you in a couple of years. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I think things are different in Kiev. Like, I'd be okay in Kiev doing that because I think the culture, but here it's just very.
America's very conservative that way.
Yeah.
Like,
But how do you know if someone is 15 when they look like they're 22?
No, for sure. But once they tell you, I think in America it's expected that you back the fuck up right then.
Okay, so you do what I say. You come up with a joke and be like, oh, unless you're an older guy, I'll just, see you in a couple of years. And then the ones that are like, oh, whatever.
Okay.
9 out of 10 will be like, oh, whatever. Now they're old pervert. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's such an outlier that, especially if you're joking around, like for someone to launch an actual witch hunt.
But there's nothing to launch a witch hunt about because the point she says 15, he goes, oh, okay, give you a couple more years unless you're an older guy. That's it.
Yeah.
End of conversation. There's no names exchanged or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, so
I mean, she would have to have her wits about her so much that she would like entrap you by like taking the Instagram, giving the Instagram, and then be like, all right, he's gonna follow me, and then I'm gonna witch hunt him.
And how do witch hunt? Like, what has he done wrong?
Well, in the U.S., they could just make something up.
How? He followed the fucking 15-year-old on Instagram?
it's not about it being illegal. It's about perception here.
Socially unacceptable. I understand that.
Yeah, but they can. I mean, you can lose your job. Like, if you heard of canceling and stuff like that, like, it doesn't have to.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, it's not about legal courtroom. It's about the court of public opinion. Lots of times.
Okay, so skip out on the 15-year-old. Send them my way.
And I think it would probably go a lot better if you did it because you have the right personality. But I'm already like. I couldn't play it off as easily as a joke as you could. I think. I don't know.
I wasn't born this way. I wasn't born good looking. I wasn't born well built. Okay, it's hours and hours and days and years of rejection that got me to this point where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stop giving a fuck.
You just learn to overcome it with a sense of humor. So for every minus that I have, like, look, there's a fucking good-looking Danish guy. Try to compete against that. Jesus Christ, fucking difficult, What are you gonna do? You can't become more beautiful. You can't get those fucking, Scandinavian genes in you, but you can become smarter than him. You can become more successful than him, wittier than him, more charismatic than him. Sure.
Okay.
So, like what you were talking about, like being funny and like just putting in those reps, right? Like, I am going to, like, right after this call, actually, after sending the messages, I'm actually going to sign up for a stand-up comedy class. Robbie, I don't know if you're still interested in doing that, but I'm thinking of this as that, the opportunity to use what I'm doing there and applying that with daygame, or, like, because after all, what are we doing here? Like, even daygame, like what you do, it seems to me like you're also spending time just being funny, entertaining the people, and like learning to be present and kind of flow and improvise, right? And like I see that as, good training to practice that as well. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Is that a question to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, like, I hate all this theoretical bullshit. Because the only value, it comes from experience. So all this like teaching, like with stand-up things, like overcoming your fear, acting, mimic, etc. I think if you go do thousands of approaches, you'll get a lot more from it than us of taking an actual like a class how to be a stand-up comic.
Yeah, I agree with you. My purpose would actually be to actually apply that in practice. Like, not only do open mics, but like apply it to my day game as well.
I mean, like, whatever, like, the results will show, but I think, once again, there's no other way to learn this by just doing it and overcoming this fucking stupid fear, and you just get better. It's just like in any other skill.
Yeah. But do you think it will add to it that he does stand-up comedy? Like, he's already doing approaches, and then on top, he's adding stand-up comedy. Do you think it's going to, like, help? Like, in the same way?
don't divest your time to stupid bullshit. Do fucking twice as many approaches. You'll get better. That's it. That's a magic formula. You do instead of 500, you do 1,000 of them, and they'll, you know, it'll come. Each day I do about, I don't know, I approach on average, doesn't matter which time or season or whatever it is, I probably approach like 5 to 10 girls per day.
Jesus.
Okay, and these 5 to 10 girls, they have to be very to me, like they have to be good looking. So I approach probably like 20 or 30, but then like I get a peek of their nose. I don't like their nose.
So like their ankles.
The ankles, yeah, or the hair, or like the skin, or whatever. So I probably like try to approach 30, and out of them, like I engage in conversations with 5 to 10. But
And how much time does it take you to do that? Like get to 5 or 10?
Quite a bit of time. But every day I wake up with the same mindset. Like this is what I live for. You know, like I don't have hobbies and stuff, more or less. I occasionally play some tennis. I do work, but I do work not because I like work, because I like to buy nice things so I can impress more girls with my nice things, you know, with my lifestyle, my toys, etc., etc., etc. So from the moment I wake up, I go on the streets, I go to grocery store, I go to coffee shop, I go to restaurants, I eat, I go to the gym, whatever. Everywhere I encounter girls, and I create my path that in such a way that I can get in touch with more girls. So for example, if the short path is like, you know, it'll save me 10 minutes, but the long path, I will see more people, I will go the long way. Because it creates more points of possible encounters that I can engage in.
Right.
I gotta get going, guys, but this was really helpful hearing your perspective.
See you, Nick.
Later, Nick.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
I've been approaching this week, and I've got like most of the girls gave me the Instagram, but they are like private account, and then some of them they don't even accept me, or when they accept me and I send them a message, they kind of forgotten me.
Okay.
So what would you do?
Okay, so you have to first work on your Instagram account, create some good content for it. Okay, you have to sell yourself. They look at your Instagram, they have to find something appealing and interesting in it. If they don't find it there, you're just another Asian guy, you know, whatever. Who gives a shit? How many good-looking girls like Asian guys? Come on. I mean, if you're a good-looking girl, would you want an Asian guy or this guy from fucking Denmark? Just think about it that way. Exactly. He wins again. So you have to come up with some sort of interesting, it's just basic marketing. Try to sell yourself in a way that the other person doesn't. Make something cool, creative, interesting, funny, whatever it is, the site you come from.
Key's Instagram is actually quite good. And even Maria says it's really good.
Okay, what is it?
What's your Instagram key? KY Chan, man.
Key_Chan_man.
By the way, guys, thank you a lot for the call. I have to go as well.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right, later, Danish guy.
Nice.
Key_Chan.
Underscore, no dot.
Oh.
Chan,
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me actually pull it up on a shared screen. That way we can all look at it. Share content. Screen. Try this again. Website. Fucking. Go website URL. Now. Instagram.
Whoa, what happened?
Fucking shit. This is annoying.
Search. This is it's really hard to navigate this with the Zoom open. This is so stupid.
Can't you just share in the chat like the URL?
Well, it'd be cool if on the recording everyone could look at it. But this is fucking stupid. Forget it.
Yeah, I just followed you.
I don't even know how to get off the screen sharing. Damn it. Fuck.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to. Fuck you, Zoom. This is so annoying. All right. So
It's easier to just like this. And this is his Instagram. Let's use analog tools.
there we go.
Yeah, I don't think it's good. I wouldn't engage you if I was a girl.
Igor, did you see your Instagram before we delete picture from this?
I'm not saying my Instagram is good. It's not
It
good.
was so bad.
Okay. But,
It was really bad, guys.
okay, great.
Well, he just needed to clean a lot of it up, but he does have some interesting content.
Yeah, exactly.
More interesting content, but the last picture, old picture is okay. There is nothing to delete.
Yeah, we
just create new content.
Mhm.
What is it like? What is she talking about? No, it has to be something striking. Like you have to understand that me in Ukraine, I have a lower competing ground. Okay, just because I'm in Ukraine, you know. So I have to stand out against guys in the village. So my Instagram is not that good, but it's good enough for my cases. You're competing on a global level internationally, so you have to make yours more appealing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so
Like I'm not.
photos.
Yeah, I'm not.
You might not like your. It's not his forte there. If you're looking for advice on the good stuff, right? Like he's saying he's doing better than the rest, but like you're gonna have to. Sounds like you're gonna have to figure that out. How to make it striking.
It's like there's lots of room for improvement. Post your account in the Instagram in that Discord channel, and we'll give you feedback on there if you haven't yet.
Okay.
But it's I mean, how do you try to come up with interesting content?
Well, it has to do with like cool, appealing places. First of all, because that's what they look at, like places where you've been to assess your possible financial standing, right? So they don't know who you are. How are you going to sell them on your lifestyle or whatever? In my case, it's important to understand that I have money because for me, that's a selling point. Otherwise, I'm just another fucking bald guy. A funny bald guy. Okay, great.
Right.
So that's sort of because due to the big age difference of my target audience, I have to compensate for the age difference in like some personality traits or lifestyle. So for me, like a big one is like travel to like cool places. But I also have to be nonchalant about it, that I'm not like flaunting it. So, you know, there's that there's that like fine ground where it has to seem like organic, but it really isn't organic, of course.
All smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. And I like very important advice I got not so long ago from a girl who I use as my like stylist and my Instagram sort of coach. There shouldn't be any selfies in your Instagram posts at all. Like all the poses and stuff, like when you're standing there in front of a bridge, those are fucking terrible poses. Okay, come up with something creative and nonchalant. It has to look like it's something natural, like you're in action shots or someone else is taking it. You're not actually posing for Instagram. So that was like a big piece of advice that I got that really helped me out in my Instagram game. And it all starts there, because no matter how good your approach is and your Instagram sucks, then you're fucked. Then you just wasted your good approach and nothing. If you have a bad approach, it doesn't come to Instagram either. So, you know, it's like you have to have both of them in order for it to work. And then once she confirms or whatever Instagram, she needs to see something really cool about you. There's a big discrepancy in terms of your physical attributes, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you
she's
still
like
have the contact of your coach, Instagram coach?
What's that?
Do you still have the contact of the Instagram coach?
Yeah, but she's not an Instagram coach. She's fucking stupid, but she just has a good sense of like style. She totally changed my style in order to accommodate my target audience. So I threw away all my shirts, all my like expensive fucking attire, and she got me wearing t-shirts, like fucking jeans. We went shopping for athletic shoes, all that shit, because it takes years of my image, essentially.
When did you do that? It was like last year, right?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you used to wear like business.
Yeah, business, like business casual stuff. That's what I used to wear, because, you know, that's what young fucking professionals wear. But now I don't, you know, I don't own any of that stuff.
Now he's a promoter.
Yeah, so that girl, she sort of cleaned up my profile, and my conversion rate I'm exactly the same person. It like tripled after that, quadrupled. Wow. And I feel like I can keep this going for another like 5 years until I have to increase my target audience, like the 22 to 25.
Right now it's 15 to 18.
Yeah. Oh, you're great.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Well, that's going to be next on my action list this week. Get my photos together and start putting up my Instagram, because I did get a few Instagram closes too. And I'm like, I have one photo.
Oh my God.
I flat out told them I only have one photo. My Instagram is shit. I could just use it to message. I'm warning you, I only have one photo.
I mean, Yanin has 3 photos.
But Yanin, it's not his photos, it's his content. If like, for example, like what Rodney's saying, we have a mutual friend who has just one photo, but he constantly posts when he goes out stories of like lavish lifestyle. So that means he wants to stay discreet, private, but yet he has this really cool lifestyle. So that's what the girls are curious about. They see it and then they like it, because they're materialistic, stupid fucking whores. But you know, that's his method and that's his strategy.
I guess I need to look at this. I guess I'm not following you, because I thought Instagram, all the posts were photos, but there's ways to post.
Oh my God.
Content that's not photos.
Dinosaur.
No, there's real too, right? You could do real.
All I see is photos in my feed. Huh?
No.
You know the stories.
Oh, the fucking stories. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
You see how
People pay way
zero
more attention
fucks
to
I
the
give. I'm only doing this because of like I'm being pulled into the herd. I can't stand social media, any social media. It distracts me from my work. So
It's a great way to not get laid.
Exactly. Do you want
I know. It's just that I'm being pulled into the herd. Like I've got to do.
It's not
this.
getting
I
laid,
recognize
distracting
that,
you
know?
from your work.
Good point. Yeah, I mean, you if you don't have it, you're really fucking like. It was okay to not have an Instagram like 3 years ago, but now if you don't have it, either you have to be like the biggest baller, and you're just so private that you don't have it, and you know, or you just kind of have to have it, or they're just gonna be like, what's wrong with you? It's like, you know. Like
I can already tell that, Robbie. Like I'm talking to the girls.
Yeah.
The way they just assumed you have an Instagram. Like even though the personal trainer, he's like, "What's your Instagram?" Yeah, like randomly talking to me, and we're gonna talk. He's like, "What's your Instagram?" Not even my number. So.
Yeah, it used to be Facebook. Now.
I'm. Bottom line is, I'm hearing your advice. I'm taking it. I'm just saying, emotionally, I'm still doing that begrudgingly. I still fucking hate it, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
What are you gonna do? You can't piss against the wind, you know?
Yes, exactly. I gotta go with it. It's like.
Do you know how much time it takes to write a good post? Like fucking 4 hours. If you're making $100 an hour, each post is costing $400 fucking dollars. Multiply that times at least 30 posts that you need to create in order to create some content, and do photo editing and this and that. It's huge fucking numbers. But it's a must have, otherwise it doesn't work.
Damn, man. That's interesting numbers.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, nice talking to you
guys.
Thank you, Igor.
All right, guys.
Thanks for being
I'll
on.
catch you later.
Igor. I'll do it.
Thanks for listening. If you want more, go to innerconfidence.com and don't forget to subscribe to this podcast for the latest episodes.